In 1897, the psychologist William James wrote that the greatest discovery of his generation was that human beings could alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind. But what he did not describe was how violent that alteration feels from the inside. Change is not elegant, it is messy. It arrives disguised as exhaustion, restlessness, or a quiet ache you cannot name. Most people do not wake up suddenly brave. They wake up tired of carrying a life that no longer fits. Before any real transformation happens, there is a long season of almost. Almost leaving. Almost speaking up. Almost becoming who you know you are supposed to be. You tell yourself stories about timing and responsibility. And those stories work for a while, but they also teach you how to abandon yourself without calling it abandonment. Psychologists describe this as cognitive dissonance. The mind cannot hold the truth of who you are and the reality of how you live, so it edits the truth, lowers the volume of your instincts. Over time, numbness begins to feel like peace. Survival begins to look like living. And because nothing dramatic collapses, you convince yourself that nothing is wrong. Beneath the surface, the cost is adding up. Each moment you stay silent, each time you choose comfort over honesty, each time you accept a life that is merely tolerable, you store another fragment of regret in your body. It settles into your posture, your breathing, your sleep. One day, you realize you are tired in a way that rest cannot fix. This is the stage where people look for distractions, more work, more scrolling, more noise, anything to avoid themselves. The truth does not shout, it whispers. It waits in quiet moments, in the shower, on long drives, in the late hours when your armor slips, and the question surfaces, is this really the life you meant to live? People don't change when they hear the question. They change when they can no longer ignore it. There is a moment when the structure begins to crack. A relationship fails, a career stalls, a loss reminds you how little time you have, or nothing dramatic happens. You simply reach the point where the old coping strategies stop working, the numbness wears off, and what remains is the awareness that something inside you is starving. This is not the turning point, it is the resistance phase. You know too much to be comfortable, but not enough to be free. You bargain with yourself. You promise change without movement. You consume ideas about transformation without embodying any of them. Understanding is not action, and never has been. Fear plays a central role here. Not the fear of danger, but the fear of uncertainty. Fear of who you might become if you let go. Fear of disappointing the people attached to your old identity. Fear that if you finally try and fail, you lose the illusion of potential, so you wait for confidence. But confidence is not the cause of change. It is the consequence. The turning point is not comfortable. It is the collapse of tolerance. The moment when the pain of remaining the same becomes heavier than the fear of becoming different. At that point, change is not heroic. It is necessary. You do not leap forward. You fall forward. And the fall is what saves you. Once you act, even in a small way, something shifts. Your circumstances may look the same, but your relationship to your life is different. You are no longer outsourcing your future to hesitation. But with that action comes grief. You see how long you waited. This grief is not a mistake. It is the cost of honesty. Progress is uneven. Some days you feel clear, others lost. Growth does not move in a straight line. It spirals. It repeats. Discomfort is evidence that the old patterns are losing their grip. What sustains transformation is identity, who you choose to be through daily behavior. Most people wait for permission they never needed. Permission is not granted, it is taken. And the price is responsibility. To live deliberately is not to live perfectly. It is to live in alignment with your values. That alignment does not remove pain. It gives pain purpose. Fear never disappears completely, but you reach a point where fear is no longer the loudest voice. You learn to move with it, and in that movement, you find something steadier than confidence. You find self-trust. The tragedy is not that change is difficult. The tragedy is spending your life never meeting your own strength. The courage you seek is already inside your discomfort. It is the part of you that refuses to go numb. You do not need collapse or crisis, only the willingness to stop pretending the question will go away. When you answer it with your life, not your thoughts, your days will finally be honest.